Okay. This in this replay review, we'll be looking at an 1800 MR Jamie, who mentioned he was losing to some 1400 players. So oh no, it's 1700. I see. Trying to update the stream. And I guess we'll find out where the inconsistencies are in this gentleman's gameplay. Because I'm sure all it takes is one bad decision to throw a game. So I think I will search here. Yeah, friends. Let's see. Oh, this guy would be a good review as well. This guy is 1800, unironically. Okay. Here we go. Mr. Calm. There's lots of French Jamies at around Grand and Ultimate Master. Sadly, the only Jamie in the UK is Bolt Strike. And maybe like, I don't know, one other guy I don't know. Is it? Or is it search replays? There we go. So okay, lots of custom room stuff. Seems like this is what I have to work with today. Well, let's start with Zangief. I think I will be setting up the training dummy to whiff punish Zangief's buttons. Because I think all I can do in that matchup is anti-air and hit confirm OD palm after hitting standing medium kick, so that I can get my 2 drinks from OD palm, which I don't think Zangief can stop. So oh yeah, the other advice was like, oh OB, you gotta mash when you get hit by headbutt. And I think, well, if it stops the flowchart of the Zangief player, you know, they're just doing like command grab into command grab off of a knockdown, hopefully mashing will stop and break up that that game plan. Ooh. The Paris Palm. So right away, this is just pure luck, and I would advise not doing this. But we got the 2 drinks, that's good. Yeah, just walked into that one. So you're +2 here, so you can. You can go for 2 MP after 5 MP on block here. I mean, you can, but this happens. So I suppose you have to do target combo. Like that. And on block you can do 1 OD rack here, and then go into the standard medium kick, get a frame trap. And also you whiffed here. So I got challenged here. Because you weren't expecting that, the spacing was off for this medium kick and you whiffed it. At a higher level, this gets whiff punished. Perhaps. Maybe the highest level of Street Fighter that gets whiff punished. Okay. I don't know if you have to do the, like if you are going to do a safe jump. Unless Zangief has an arbage move where the jump light punch keeps you plus. Similar to Zangief and Honda and Marissa. They have an arbage move and you have to do a safe jump with light kick or light punch or something, so that you can punish them for doing it. I don't know if that's the case for Zangief. I'd probably just do 2 HP here, the normal safe jump. But correct me if I'm wrong, if there is a reason for this. It'll be good for me to know. And for the other Jamie players watching and learning. I don't know if you know, the first knockdown you baited out for a reversal, but Zangief and Dawson players like to reversal a lot, or drive reversal, because their defense isn't that good. I think you could have killed it if you just baited it. Let's see. Is this enough to kill? Oh. maybe something like this will kill. If I get a better starter. Oh, this might kill actually. Oh, this micro works a bit tricky sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna say you can kill there with a 2 MP starter. I guess you'll need level 2. Okay. So I guess the not baiting there was the correct moves, since you could not kill. What about here? Could you kill here? There's always somewhere where you can optimize your damage and kill in one less interaction. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Now we have this though. Well, I guess that might just come down to matchup knowledge, knowing that doesn't hit. And you throw out the better move, the better combo starter. I wonder if this goes. Not quite. Okay. So you could have killed here. Maybe you could have done a fake jump here. It's this one's quite easy to do. Just simp the 2 HP a bit early and go for a throw. That would have killed. You missed the conversion there to kill. I think in this situation, if the next hit would kill, I'd probably be buffering drive rush cancel. Because scaling is not going to be an issue here. Yeah. Okay, that was good. That was some good spacing there. but you had a lot of opportunities to kill. 2, I think. The first one was not gonna kill anyway. Okay, another Paris Palm. This is what's gonna happen the majority of the time, and you've just wasted 2 bars. So... You're also -1, you're not even plus. So I think Zangief can throw out like a light kick or something here. Yeah, look at that. You know, and then it's maybe like kick. Or it'd be you know, and then you just took 3,000 damage. I would do Drive Rush 2 LP here. Because you get the throw mix, or you can walk back and 5 MK or something after. In other words, you gambled and you got lucky here, but it paid off. So right here, oh wait, the Zangief is holding out. Could have cancelled here into heavy palm for a safe jump. Safe jump, or you'd get another drink there. Dive kick kind of sucks, so I wouldn't use it. Like, here's the other reason why dive kick sucks. Like, Zangief has a 1-button DP. Zangief is not gonna chuck out a fireball, so there's no hard reads like fireball, I'm gonna dive kick over the next fireball, etc. So I don't think the dive kick is that good in this matchup. I mean, dive kick is generally good, but normally it's better when you're actually jumping over something where you're dodging and attacking at the same time. Okay, so you get poked here, and this is an anti-air. This is like an easy anti-air, and you panic here and parry, which is surprisingly a bad habit for me as well. But more importantly, this is probably the worst habit that Jamies have. Someone jumps at you and you tap parry. I think in most situations, if you light arrow kick and you get your strike throw mix up or your drink, that's going to be better than a parry. And what, you get like a perfect parry, then your combo scaled and you do no damage anyway. Like perfect parry, target combo, light arrow kick. The other problem is, so now that you've parried, you're like, I don't want to get punish counter thrown, so you have to drive rush cancel this. Which, you know, could have been SPD'd as well. Okay. That was a good throw. I think you're overcomplicating the matter here. Like this, like you're doing a lot of jumping and stuff, and then you do a dive kick, I mean, actually, the light dive kick might have baited an anti-air, so that's good. Let's see. Like, this guy's just waiting for you to do something, and he checks your drive rush. Here. So after this dive kick, where is it? Yeah, I might consider just doing, you know, just doing like a light palm. This is about the spacing that it needs to be plus. You might get something like that. Try when you're against an opponent who has more range than you, like Sagat or Terry. Try and throw out light palms, because it also does a decent amount of drive gauge damage. Guess we're in the corner. Not much to say there. It is just unfortunate. I always think that if you're in the corner, it doesn't matter how skillful you are, you're forced to guess. So doing everything you can to make sure you're not in the corner in the first place is going to be a priority in your decision making. You see what I mean? Another blocked OD palm. Now, you would be at 0.5 bars. Or that, like if you did 1 bar, you just did drive rush 2 LP. Like instead of this. Like you got away with that. Like this is not threatening unless it's spaced well, but generally it won't be. See, the Zangief knows. Look, he threw out the light arrow kick, the light kick there. But if he did 2 LP, now he has to guess on a striker or throw. So whenever you want to OD palm, go for drive rush 2 LP instead. And conveniently, the range in which you need to be at is also the range for an easy light arrow kick. Like that's the spacing you would want to be at anyway, so I would prefer to position for that line of play rather than OD palm. Nice. Very nice. We didn't drop the Zhensha. You don't have command grab, so this isn't as... I think the safe jump would be a bit more scarier. And also you would be chipping away more drive gauge. Which would unlock burnout, which is your one of your win conditions. I mean, this is nice, but what would be better? Oh no. What would be better? I think could be doing this. Because you can kill here, I don't think you can kill. Yeah. Yeah, look at that shit. So I know you can kill here, but if you go for the SA2, you put this, first of all, you go to drink level 4, which activates all of your, you know, the plus and block wrecker, the command grab. It just puts way more pressure on the opponent than if you were to do SA3. I mean, SA3 is also similar, but in the case of failure, I think both options theoretically would be like 2 interactions to win. But with SA2, you would also have an SA1, which means you can spend your drive meter here and have a reversal option when you're burnt out, which is, I think, is stronger. Now, it's a better coverage of all of your decisions that you could make, right? Because if you did SA3, you wouldn't have SA1 in case you lost the next interaction and you had to guess, or you were burnt out or something. I mean, here I would also recommend you can do oh, I see, you're buffering it too much. You can get some nice mix-ups here as well. So you can do 5 LK, drive rush, 5 MP or command grab, drive rush overhead. You can backdash it, and I believe you're plus 11. Yeah, which means we have the safe drive rush jab. And another spicy one is dash forward, drive rush, 2 HP, which is a meaty 2 HP that also clashes with a 4-frame button, and you can get some very nasty damage if you get the clash trade combo. So after heavy back high, dash forward, you'll be plus 15, and then just drive rush 2 HP. And at level 4, you can option select this where you can buffer a record behind it. Now the record doesn't come out if you get hit by the 4-frame button, but it covers the option in case it gets blocked, and you'll be minus. But in this case, you'll be plus because the record comes out if you didn't get the trade. So you have a lot of options that are not necessarily rushed straight into Super Art 3. You can be a bit more optimized with how you spend your resources. And what I've suggested would let you play even more aggressively, knowing that you would have an SA1 in your pocket. It's almost like you can safely go into burnout, force another mix-up with a drive rush cancel. Yeah. Another mistake here. There's almost no reason to go for this OD command grab. Maybe in season 2 or season 1, when 2 HP was 9 frames and you couldn't link it after command grab, then you would maybe have to do this route. But if you just, first of all, essentially, you've put yourself in burnout range, and I wonder, would you be in burnout if you just did a regular command grab? I think you will not be in burnout here. Yeah, look at this. Now you can just run away here. Because what's Zangief gonna do? And this dodges burnout, which is preventing you activating one of the opponent's win conditions. And the game is 1000% easier to play, so... OD command grab is kind of shit on Jamie. Like, I only do it to flex. I only do it to flex a nice combo. Or to do like a meme setup into another command grab. But if you're playing properly and you want to win, don't do OD command grab. It's kind of a waste of meter. So this was a huge mistake. Let's put you in burnout. Or like a better way of, look at your drive meter. If I spend the 2 bars here for an OD move and it whiffs, will I be in burnout? Because you can just lose a game because you're in burnout. There's been plenty of games that I've won or lost because I've bullied the opponent in the corner and they're burnt out, etc. So be very careful of how you spend your resources, because it's always a slight miscalculation, and you've been put into burnout can actually snowball a game into your loss. And on the other hand, if you do it to the opponent, you'll win faster, obviously. I mean, this SA3 is whatever, it doesn't really mean anything. Okay. Wow. I mean, you could have done all of that and not have been in burnout, which would have been far less scarier, the situation to deal with. On to the next replay. Personally, my top priority has never been burnout. Or if I've been burnout, it's a choice that I've made. Because essentially, I have the turn or the momentum of the match, so I can put myself in burnout and safely get out of it. That's how I like to think. I mean, you could easily be 1800 if you considered how you're the consequences of how you're spending your drive meter. Okay, that's nice. I think it's a mistake to go for pressure if you're at drink level 0. If you don't have SA2, so always go for the drink. Okay, this is a waste of resources. We know we can OD power and get 2 more drinks. You'd be at +3 drinks here. I wonder if you can backdash this. You can. So if you're with a grab, you can backdash. So I believe here you missed a good opportunity to, yeah. You're into whatever. You could have won the game off of that, by the way. I'd say what? Punish counter and then 1 more interaction to win. 1 more mix-up. And what were you doing here? You were doing nothing, basically. Oh wait, you pressed the... No. Yeah, you just blocked. Zangiefs are always looking to punish something with a command grab, so you gotta backdash, I guess, in this matchup. Okay, guess wrong. This really should be drivers to OP, but this worked out. Oh, Shen Shao. It's a mistake not to go for Shen Shao here. Okay, I mean... I'm not sure. I mean, this is what light. This is heavy back high. I'm not sure if heavy back high or the Shen Shao combo builds more meter. Guess. Let's find out. It might even do more damage. So 3104. It did do more damage. Yeah. And I guess the kill you just have to go for like a 2 MP counter hit, only palm, SA1, instead of throwing, you know, sweep drink throw. I think the meter build is roughly the same. I don't know, someone can correct me if they know which rail builds more meter. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, if you don't throw here, you've wasted 3 bars of drive. Yep. Your priority is to get to drink level 1. So if you don't throw here, you kind of have to go for the throw. Okay, it's been 10 seconds and you're at drink level 0. This is one way to lose the game when you're playing Jamie. Ooh. No Shen Shao. I mean, if you don't want to do the Shen Shao, someone like Narrow, I know he would go for 2 drinks here. So he thinks 2 drinks are actually just as good as doing, you know, whatever combo. Okay, I would be looking for burnout here. Some kind of block string or DI or something. Okay, we got burnout and the opponent's cornered. You should just win now. That was a light arrow kick. You missed a safe jump. You could be... I don't know. I mean, this does kill, but I think a much more graceful ending would be not using the SA3 or the CA.
Jamie wins.
DI doesn't get a wall sprout, you can 5MK, and it'll be +6, I believe, so you can go for a command grab or 5MP. But this worked out as well, so it was a pretty good read that the CA would come out. There's lots of very small things you can optimize, mostly with drive meter, and it's like winning the game with like one less interaction. That's going to be huge. Like generally speaking, you could probably imagine that between, I don't know, 1200 and 1400, it's like 6 interactions. 1400 and 1600, 5 interactions. 1600 and 1800, 4 interactions, and then above that it would be like three interactions. Ideally, that's like the perfect game. Okay. So Ed is another character where you have two options. You either drive rush in and you play at a very close range where Ed is bad, or you run away full screen and drink where Ed can't pressure you with fireballs anyway, and you get lots of free drinks in. So make your decision to commit to one or the other types of spacing at round start. Okay, I mean that's what you get for jumping. Not the worst outcome, I think, that taking a risk there on the ODDP for a drink. I think it's always worth risking a bad interaction to go from drink level 0 to drink level 1, because that's essential for you to win. Not having target combo. Okay. This was a wasted, this drive rush cancel wasn't needed. So, whenever you want to drive rush cancel, just do drive rush, just do a raw drive rush 2LP, and you'll get the same mix up. You'll get the same 50-50, but it costs 2 bars less. Okay, do not whiff punish that. So I think right here, oh look at this. Doing something like this would be okay as well. That would be really, really good, obviously. Get your drink and strike throw in the corner. So I'd advise, I don't know if you have a friend who plays it, maybe talk to DJ and just feel comfortable with where the flicker range is, and then you can whiff punish it quite easy. I think Ed gets punished a bit harder than other characters when he whiffs moves. There's more recovery if he whiffs. Something like that. Okay. So right here, he has to guess to go for the diagonal or the forward flicker. So he just guessed right. But also don't jump after a knockdown. This is like, after each knockdown, the mental stack gets refreshed for both players. So things like drive rush and anti-airs are gonna get checked more often than not. So you gotta chill here and do nothing. You do have another option right here. I mean, you could do that. That's okay. If you were to gamble on the DI, this would be the best outcome. This would probably win you the round right there. Burn out in a corner straight away. I would recommend doing that. Yeah. Okay, so you get anti-hit here. On plus 44 you have 2 dashes and a command grip, or 5 MP. You don't want to be playing here. You want to be avoiding this spacing as much as possible. This is Ed's game plan. This is his perfect. This is where he wants you to be, basically. So it might be a bit further away, but it's somewhere around there. Okay, might have missed the get a target combo safe jump here. Light arrow kick. Now a driver cancel here makes sense to me because this 50-50, it could be a shimmy into winning the round, but the driver's cancel earlier on in the game when you already had one drink, I was like, that's a waste, right? Because there's no, you won't get lethal after the next interaction after the driver's cancel, but here you would, so that makes more sense. Okay, and you just get you get some hits in anyway. And does have trouble when the opponents close the gap. Okay, the Paris Prime works. Maybe Ed is another character who can't punish the double drinks. Maybe he has to spend OD file. I'd be looking for a burnout string here. Oh wow. You know, if the opponent has less than 3 bars of drive. Strike or throw. Go for a low. Very nice. We're now in a very strong position to burn out Ed and put him back in the corner. So I would be drive rush cancelling here, doing raw drive rush. Like, you're missing a lot of 5 MKs here. What you should be doing is hitting the 5 MK with a drive rush cancel. Doing like drive rush cancel, 5 MP, 5 MP, 5 MP. You know, it's time to go gorilla mode and burn this guy out. So it's right here. There's a whole bunch of decisions that you can make here that can close out the round. This was a risky jump, a little bit. Missed the anti-air here. This was a safe jump, strike throw, in the corner again, with 5 MK. This is quite terrible. Your OD palm, or I should say your Paris palm gets stuffed out. And you get shimmied. Interesting, Ed burns himself out here, which is to your benefit. Well, I guess you have to be a bit more patient on defense. Just let the opponent throw you, you know? What's the opponent gonna do? Throw you like 4 or 5 times? That's just not gonna happen, realistically. Or at least mid-screen it won't happen, right? He has to risk something to close the gap again after the throw. or spend a resource like drive rushing in. I'm gonna tell you now that doesn't hit. Nice. You've reached the first objective. Get a drink in before 90 seconds. Double drink. Nice. So similar to a knockdown, when a knockdown happens here, you know, don't jump at the most obvious times. You have to jump where it's extremely difficult and ambiguous to which side you'll fall. Things like that. Almost only jump if the opponent has to cross-cut you or like in really difficult angles. Like here it's just anti-air me for free. So I would assume at this level, an Ultimate Grandmaster, this would almost never work. Or it's better not to risk it, because I would assume that this head player is gonna have some good Shen Shao. Okay. Always attempt the Shen Shao whenever you can. You know, you had I don't think this kills, but it does a lot of damage. Alright, you're not level 4. I mean, maybe this kills actually. Oh, well, you get like a safe jump or something, and maybe you get a kill in the next interaction. Whenever you go for a shimmy, always go for the highest combo scaling you can. I mean, this goes for any situation where you're whiff punishing. But you can kill the opponent here, I'm pretty sure. Like if you get the read, you do this, the opponent's dead here. Yeah. You have to look out for this because getting a punish counter 2 HP is one of your max damage combo starters. But yeah, you could have just won that game right there. You know? You can't miss those opportunities. You know, this is a win game, we'll go for another safe jump. So this is the second interaction. Third interaction. Fourth. Fifth interaction. You spent like another 5 or so interactions trying to kill this guy. So. By the way, each of those interactions could have been an ODDP by the opponent. wake up SA3, something could have thrown your game off there. So in order to minimize risk and maximize reward,
Jamie wins.
if you're going to shimmy a throw, go for a 2 HP punish counter. Do that every time. You'll be surprised at how often you can kill. It's basically, is the opponent below 60% or not? Although, will you have the awareness to think ahead? I'm not very good at reacting to things, personally. I kind of just let things happen. And I try and overwhelm my opponent first with a strong offense. But I'm very good at planning ahead. You know, just general spacing, general situational awareness. That's what I'm very good at. So I don't think I would miss that opportunity. But then again, I am... you know, I can anti-arrow or I lose the DI or something. I am lacking in a lot of other areas. Okay. We have one drink. Within 10 seconds. You can back up a lot more and get more drinks in, I think. Like, you need to test. You need to rotate through all of your options, all of your different playstyles. And just find the one that's most effective against this opponent. Naturally, different characters use to different things, but you could DI there, I think. Oh, maybe you can. This is burnout. Nice. Let's go back to that DI. I guess if you did wreck it, you would get hit by this, so... I mean, maybe this type of gambler got OD palm is okay in this situation. I think you missed your cross up. Like, if you did 5 MK here, this might counter hit. Not quite. Very nice dive kick. So right here, you don't need to rush things. In Ed's mind, he's like, shit, I burn out. I'm not gonna put the pressure on my opponent, so you could do a drink here and it's gonna work, guaranteed. And you don't need to drive her shit at this point. Because you could probably... I think the Ed is naturally going to give up space because he's burnt out. Yeah. I mean, he whiffed the 5 HP anyways. Okay. Let's see. I mean, possibly you could have anti-ed here. I don't know, you already threw out a heavy button, so probably not. You can drive rush overhead here as well. Now, I'm pretty sure you had the win here. Right here, you DI, and Ed can't do anything about it. I would assume if you didn't press a button, that would also get the checkmate stun. So you wasted some more interactions here where you could have just won sooner. And that's going to be important for ranking up. Not that it would have mattered, but there could have been a chance where Ed gets a knockdown in between that first and second interaction. So always kill the opponent when you have lethal. Don't be nice to your opponent. Possibly OD palm double drink, but this is okay as well. Ooh, very nice. There's an easier frame kill you can do here. So you're plus 39 here. So you can actually do things like you can backdash and you'll be plus 16. Drive rush throw. You could backdash 5 MP throw. So you can backdash for 2 MP for a frame kill, that's interchangeable. You also have there's a whole bunch of things you can do on plus 39. You have with 5 LK overhead. So you have this situation where you're plus 4 after whiffing 5 HP, and you can go for the... You could go for that SA1 option select where you beat a drive reversal. So you can be safe to drive reversal here. This also works on light and medium palm. So 2 LK, 5 LK with an SA1 buffered behind it. This had been very spicy actually. I'm not doing it right, the input's hard, but it would have been like that, right? Then you look for like, or sweep drink or something like that. There's one more option you have that does give you a command grab. So right here you can tensei kick. I did it late there, but if you tensei kick, you'll be plus 6, which is very handy. You have a lot of options on plus 39, and it also includes light and medium palm as well. I just think whiffing 2 lights and or like dashing forward and going. You can also dash forward and I believe 2 LP and get like a plus 6 or something, but it's just too much effort. I wouldn't recommend it. Go for there's a lot of easy frame kills that you can do consistently. I would love to see the 5 HP 2 LK option select. Because realistically, the only thing that Ed can... he can OD DP, but he can also do the drive reversal, so... You'll beat the drive reversal and get a knockdown. And it'll be plus 4 or plus 16, so you can actually get another row or drive rush throw after the SA1, depending on whether or not you drink. Oh, sorry. It'd be plus 12 on the ground, not plus 16. So you probably go for the throw there for the plus 4. if you were to do that line of play. Jump, get anti-aids. You don't necessarily have to rush things here. You are a round up, so it's on the pressure is on the opponent here to make a play. So you don't have to rush in, you know. You can just be patient. It's burn himself out for you. You could very easily win the game here. That's just unlucky. That's probably some matchup inexperience, not knowing where how far buttons go. Ooh. I mean, it would have been better to see this. This would have been the perfect combo. Highly recommend doing this combo. You know, you can do whatever you want in the corner. But you're plus... You can also be plus 11 if you dash forward as well. So you can get a drive rush to LP safe jab. Anyway. You could have the opponent in the corner guessing for game at round start. You don't have to waste time on this record drink nonsense. Use SA2, you know. Don't. Holy shit. Okay, I could have been a punish guy. So right here, don't. You know, you should just instantly convert into SA2 and just put the opponent in the corner. Throw loop them, you know, go for DI, go for whatever pressure you want. Don't waste the perfect opportunities to steal the momentum of the match. After all, Street Fighter 6 is purely a momentum-based game. One person gets a lead, and if they can keep it, the probability of them winning it goes up exponentially. So... So instead of doing the Paris Palm, so around here, you know, I might go for you had Palm, you had Shen Shao, you had a whole bunch of good options there. Like, I'm sure if this guy was a little bit higher in the ranks, he probably wouldn't be throwing out maybe one, but not two, you know? Like, if the first poke already whiffed, then that's it. You're gonna have to reset the conditions to look for another poke and not be whiff punished. I mean, this is fine. I'd recommend not jumping. Ed does have to guess. So you could, I mean, you could probably, right here, you could probably just drive rush. Yeah. I don't know, because Ed might release it early, but let's say if you drive rush here, like if you're gonna gamble on a drive rush is what I'm saying. Because right here, if you do something like this, Ed has to cancel and backdash. I wonder if SA3 hits. I mean, you could do that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, jumping is probably the worst thing you could have done here. Or it's the highest risk, and there's There's not too much reward here. I mean, you get like a safe jump strike throw, like you do 2 HP OD palm. I mean, you could go into SC3 and get burnout. But, I mean, I think... Yeah, like... Right here, you would get a jump in, punish, counter 2 HP. I mean, you could get burnout. I mean, I think what I'm saying is it's unfortunate the jump didn't work, because technically this could have been, you know, burnout win game. I would just recommend drive rushing or doing nothing. You can also parry, but it's a tough situation to be in. You're in the corner, but out of all of the options you could have done, you picked probably the worst one. I think jumping might just be as bad as doing a DI. Maybe not, maybe DI getting baited is worse. Probably. Using a drive meter is worse than getting hit. It should be okay, yeah. That's a very good bomb. Nice cross up. And these are the sort of times where you should be jumping. Could have killed here, pretty sure. Not here. Right here, I'm pretty sure you get. Pretty sure that kills. It is yeah. Maybe SC2 as well. And this is a lot harder than just doing the SA3 route. No, I dropped it. You can get it there as well. This also works. That doesn't kill. Okay. Well, you had the easy SC3 option. So you could have killed here. One interaction. 2. 3. Yeah, it's just time wasting, I guess. Essentially, the opponent could have had an ODDP there, you know, in between those drive rush cancels. It is a risk you didn't have to take. Okay, this will be the final ad replay.
Yo, 始めようぜ。負けても泣くなよ。
Unlucky. No shine shell. Gotta go for the Shin Shell combo. Okay. This actually might be the first game. If it's back to front when I do, if I select multiple games. So on punish counter throw, you do have right here. You have another option, which is just throw to the mid screen. That doesn't kill anyway. Maybe something like that. Okay, got burnout. I mean, overall, you've generally been in more favorable situations than the Ed has. Oh, you missed the punish counter there. Guess you're walking back too much. But let's not, I don't know. You have to walk back a lot to be out of flicker range, so understandable that you missed the throw. Oh, could have been worse. I mean, this is... If I were you... If I hit this, you know, it's... Look at this. Wow. I mean, 5 MP, you know. You could be mixing up the opponent in the corner at round start. Instead, you're kind of doing nothing. Okay. That's okay. Good parry. Unlucky. I mean, what happened here? You got put in the corner, but where? Is it here? Backdash? Yeah. So one thing to know is that if you haven't conditioned your opponent to respect strikes, they can get out of the corner for free if you go for a throw, because they could do a forward jump here. I mean, Ed picked the best option, put you in the corner. So if you're playing the opponent for the first time, I mean, there's an argument to be made whether or not you go for throw or strike when you're first. But I mean, some people will say that 1600 isn't particularly high, so going for strikes would be... I've heard people say at the higher ranks, you know, like 1800, 2000, going for throw first is better. But maybe that's just because the pool of players is smaller and they all know how each other plays anyway. But I assume you haven't played this guy before, so you probably just want to go gorilla mode, you know? Take away his options and force layer 2 decision making. Okay, and then you lost here. So, but overall, I mean, I think you made better decisions than the Ed, you know? Purely just based on who had more opportunities to win, that would be you, right? So, you know, you're playing very well. I would say that you just have to be more self-aware to capitalize on when you're, you know, when you're spending meter. So, not that many ranked games. Never watched some of the My Games, but that's with your friend, right? So, maybe maybe the games aren't so serious, so I can't judge your decision making. You know, if it's ranked, you're trying to win, right? But if it's against your friend, the critiques I make have to change. I'll show you the tech here that you can DI the burn kick if it's like a double overhead. But we'll see. And you can watch all of this on the YouTube channel, yeah. I mean, you don't have to. I haven't seen you in stream yet, but you know. That's why I save all of the replays to YouTube, so everyone can watch them back and not forget what I said. Okay, if you don't throw here, you've wasted 3 bars of drive. One drink. Unlucky. Bit of a risky dive kick, but it's okay. I get hit by the size more a lot. I don't down back as much as I should. Shensha. So when you're at low HP, you need to be closing the distance and you need to be keeping your turn. Because during your approach in neutral, one hit is you losing the game, right? You can get clipped by something random and lose, so if you're low HP, you have to go in and keep your offense going. Yeah. In other words, keep your momentum going for as long as possible. Sometimes you have to bait it as well, you know? It's like if I'm playing Gwen and I have a bad hand, I'll still play into the round and waste my opponent's resources, which would make the future opportunities better. But in the case of what I just mentioned, it would just be like, you're in a risky situation if you're close to the opponent, if you're close to your opponent or not. But I'd rather be closer to the opponent where, you know, I could potentially guess right multiple times and win without having to play neutral. Essentially, is the point I'm making. Unlucky. Yeah, you can only DI if it's cancelled in the air. Guess roll on the throw. It would be helpful if I see you not whiffing buttons like this. Yeah. I think at a higher level, people will whiff punish things like that. You gotta be careful when you're pressing your buttons at the right spacing so you don't whiff them. I mean, you could go for DI here, maybe go for burnout. Go for a burnout string, like Something like that, some kind of delayed block string of gaps in it. Right here, like doing that here would be good. You have full resources, so you can essentially, if both players were to spend their resources here, the Viper would burn out first. So you can leverage your resources and force burnout. And the other thing this forces is it makes the opponent have to backdash or hold parry or something like that. So it makes the game easier to win when the opponent is forced to do different options. They have to think harder. Kind of a pointless driver's cancel. Like, why are you driver's canceling here? Or better, you know, like you could shimmy here and get a kill. Yeah, okay. You know, you almost burn out the opponent. Essentially, when you're here, it's like, what can I do to kill the opponent in the next interaction? I think waiting for this is like light arrow kick. Maybe maybe this could have killed, you know. Yeah. Don't sleep on the jump 5 HK. It's very good. It gives you good scaling as well for SA3. And if the opponent had more HP, you'd get like a stun combo off their SA3. The world is your oyster, so to speak. Oh, he just got tipped by a button. Unfortunate.
Viper wins.
Oh, I see. Mr. Calm was sleeping the whole time. That's why he's not in the stream. Sleep is important. I think I made a decision very early in life, and I'm always gonna go to bed on time, because not having sleep really sucks. Anyway. Why are you this low on drive? What the hell happened? Driver's cancel. You whiffed parry, and you made it worse. You even held the parry. You basically parried and let the parry go. Got hit by it. The strikes anyway. Like, the parry is not good if you're not gonna be in front of the opponent. You have to let you get. If I'm low on drive, like if I driver's cancel, because this very much could happen. right here, I'll be walking forward and parrying and holding parry. I'll be like, I want you to hit me. Like, so this doesn't happen. Anyway. He basically lost the game here, lost the round. You're just going to go into burnout and lose, I'm sure. Unless that happens. Yeah, you got lucky. Yeah, you missed the light arrow kick. That would have been important to get your resources back. So when there's a mini game that happens here, whenever you block 5 HP, this is a walk up throw, parry, or grab, or backdash, or like dodge the grab. So what do you do after this? You block. And the difference with Drive Rush is that you can, like Drive Rush 5 HP, so you can follow up with a 2 LP because you're plus, but in this case, I don't know. I think that it doesn't put you in a good situation, really, because both players are gambling on the next interaction. So if you want a 5 HP on block, that's up to you. That is a playstyle that you can do. You know, if you want to be, if you want to play Casino Fist style, do more 5 HP on block. But I would recommend 5 MP to keep your options open. Ooh. Oh. This is plus 23, so you have this. Oh, I delayed it. If the opponent mashes on plus 23, you can clash with Drive Rush 6 HK and get 2 HP into whatever combo you want to link into. I actually try and do this type of jump deliberately, where I've spaced the jump in such a way where I can block a reversal. This is another time where it's good to jump. I mean, you had the Shen Shell combo here, which would have been better. So you get a knockdown here. I think you have to commit to this Drive Rush. Oh wait, you went for a drink. You might have something like this. I mean, those options are okay too. I mean, what could you have done here though? Like, if you are committed to the drive rush. I don't know, maybe you have to do like... It's tricky there. You know, it's probably a case where you just walk forward into a range that's easy to light arrow kick anti-air, you know? You know, the opponent's mental stack is ready for you to do something, and you get checked like that. I mean, you could argue that that decision is just sloppy play, you know? It's like... It's not necessarily rushing things, but... Like... There's a time and place to drive rush. You can't just drive rush all the time, I guess. Just like how you can't command grab every time, you have to hide your intentions. That is a skill. That's a whole topic on its own. Anyway, what happens? You get checked here. Nice block. I think here as well, I gave a replay review, I think through a guy who was like Diamond, right? And it was after this. You just kind of, oh wait, you blocked it. You just look for this, right? You can win by doing nothing. The opponent is in the corner, and all of the risk is on them right now, you know? Like, if I was the opponent, I'd be like, I gotta jump out. So that 5 HP was round losing. You could have won the game there. Safe jump. One mix-up, win game. That's like... That's such a small decision. I mean, there's lots of things you could have done this game, but right here... You don't have to be committing to an action to be offensive. You can do literally nothing. You know, like if Zangief is close to you, I'm shitting my pants. I'm like, I'm gonna get command grabbed and die and lose. You know, I'm gonna guess wrong 3 times and lose. But in a similar way, generally speaking, if you have the opponent cornered, you don't have to do anything. Save your mental resources. Back up a little bit, spend the space you've earned, and make it as hard as possible for the opponent to use the cheap tactics like drive rush or jump. Punish them for doing that. Force them to rely on winning neutral. which, I mean, so far these replay reviews, I think your neutral has been better than the opponent's, from the perspective of giving yourself more opportunities than the opponent has. This is very unfortunate.
Round 2. Fight.
So, when I'm playing Gwent, the Witcher card game, it has, one of the nuances of the card game is that it's a best of, it's a first to 3. And there's rounds where after each round your resources get reset. However, naturally I play a very aggressive Jamie because I always want to force winning round 1. That's my priority. Because once you have the first round, you can basically play 50% worse and still win. Or you don't have to try as hard to win. All of the pressure is off you. So in some ways, if you're playing ranked for a very long time, it's going to be important to understand, if I make a decision, could I do the same thing with less effort? Can I win and still be lazy? Saving mental resources and spending your mental resources to win. It's the same. I mean, you could say mental resources is a bit imaginary, but you know what I mean. You don't want to. If you're lifting weights and you're in the gym, there's a technique to doing it properly. You don't want to injure yourself. So make good decisions in Street Fighter 6 that won't injure yourself mentally. Oh wow. Oh, and you gotta work on that spacing. Can't be throwing out buttons and getting punished. That's a fairly reasonable DP. Gambling to get 1 drink. Going from drink level 0 to drink level 1 is, I think it's the correct thing to do. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, because you lose the game anyway if you're at drink level 0. So it is okay. It's okay to gamble. Nice. So in this situation where your opponent has 3 bars of drive and you have full resources, now's the time to drive rush castle. Now's the time to force a burnout, force a blockstream, shimmy the opponent, SA3, burnout. Paris Pile, that does nothing. It's a command grab. Like, this is doing nothing. And also, think of it this way, if this doesn't work, so if that OD palm gamble works, you have to spend I think you can kill here with SA2. So at minimum you're spending SA2, which is fine. So you could just do nothing. You could just take a sip of water. No, itch your nose. This is not productive. It's not really a mix-up anyway, because opponents of this skill level know this is minus. I respect the attempt, but why would see Viper drive rush at you when she has this rocket boot nonsense? You know, if this was Jury, you know, a character that does drive rush at you, maybe this works. I gotta think about, if I'm gonna command grab this guy, go for a huge read. Is it actually going to work? Does this line up with what the opponent wants to do? So right here, I mean, this gamble is, it's not the worst gamble because you do kill the opponent. I mean, you could even actually, so here's a way to fix this. You go like this, mix up. This is plus 15. You know, you go for some kind of mix-up like that. And I'm telling you, I'll go into training room and show you the cash out combo here as well. I've done this before actually. I think I've clipped this on my Twitch channel, but yeah, you go for heavy Bekai. And heavy Bekai, you have a whole bunch of different options as well. You have back dash plus 11, forward dash plus 15. You do have a meaty palm that you can 5 HP afterwards, get a juggle. You have a lot of options. I'm just saying that SA2 is going to be better than minus on block, give up your turn, give it to the opponent. So I mean, your other option here, right here, is you just do nothing. I'll show you the cash out there actually. It's the same thing as if you hit this on the ground. Yeah. If I can actually do it. Oh, so here you would drive rush cancel 2 HP double heavy palm, but you can't do that here. So I mean, I guess you're just gonna have to spend the SA3. No, you could okay, you have that option. Actually, that's probably the optimal cash out for that situation. You do have to delay this though. There's a little bit of a delay. I mean, that would be SA1, right? So learn that SA1 cash out. It's very useful. It's a bit of a read as well, but yeah. You could kill with just SA1 and spending your resources. You had that option. So next time you play ranked and you're in this situation, look out for that. Especially a Sea Viper who is probably going to be jumping in the air or doing something in the air, right? So here, I'd actually 5M care. I think it's a cross up. No, okay. You're just trying to 5 HP this guy. 5 HP merchant. It's unlucky it was not space bot, right? What's going on with the replay? Oh, well, fuck. My computer froze. I mean, you could try 4 HP maybe to try and whiff punish a whiffed light attack. I think that covers it there. So I mainly talk about combo conversions, saving your drive resources. That's just what I specialize in as a Jamie player. But so I think most players at this rank have a good understanding of neutral. Like, I don't have to explain that. But it's always helpful to pick out situations where you can remove the amount of interactions you need to win. And that will increase your chances of winning overall. It would take less, you're taking less risk, maximizing your reward, which ultimately is the only factor that's going to be pushing you up the ranks. And if you focus on that, I mean, you could rank up and win the Capcom Cup. That'd be pretty easy, I'm not sure about these custom room games. I think I'll skip them. Anyway, that's it. Unless you're here right now, let's see. Maybe one of the folks in chat is the person this replay review was meant for. I don't know if you have any questions. But I think the calm guy, he's probably going to watch the YouTube VOD. Anyway, if your Jamie is not in Master Rank yet, and you'd like my advice, my replay reviews, let me know in the comments or in one of the Twitch streams. I'll gladly give your Jamie a decent replay review. And I'll see you guys next time. So I'll be, I guess, hopping into ranked for a little bit. Let's see if I can implement my own advice.